Okay, the pose is looking good. I usually like to keep at least like a, I guess there's, oh, so you twisted the elbow. That's something you should avoid. Um, the elbow is more of like a hinge joint. So if there's a twist, it's probably happening in the wrist or the shoulder. How much are these twisted? That's 60 degrees is a lot. Um, yeah, I don't know how far you've got. That's pretty extreme, but so yeah. Anyway, just realize that the various joints have limits. But what I was going to say is I like to keep at least a little bit of a bend in the elbow. I don't even know if that's the right way anymore. But um, anyway, yeah. In general, it's good if you don't overextend the foot. So keep that attached, and then you know get that. So you're kind of controlling it rather than letting the fact that it's overextended give it the shape. You're like controlling the shape because it's within the length of the leg. But let's use pose reset. I just use this little interface here. And yeah, I saw a couple places where the leotard was inner penetrating the skin, and I was going to try something which might work and it might not. Which is if we unbind this and instead do a wrap, so that the body is acting as a deformer for the leotard. A deform wrap. Okay. And see if that is more reliable. So it's not actually bound to the skeleton anymore. It's that the you can tell because, like, for example, if I were to do something like just take some vertices of the body and even just move them, see how it's not even the skeleton that's moving. It's literally the one surface is moving another surface, and this is kind of a good example of where that would be helpful, because otherwise, if you're trying to make sure that they move exactly the same, like making sure the weights of both are exactly the same, can be tricky. It's also possible to copy the weights from the body to the leotard. Oh, okay, we've got a little bit of shoulder issue here. Let me just hide this for a second and make sure that's on the surface and not on, yeah, it is on the surface and not on the leotard. I think that's going to solve your leotard issues. Just have it be a wrap instead of being bound. I'm just testing the various controls on this. Most things look pretty good. I'm going to come back to that shoulder. Okay, what's going on with the... And then maybe this is another wrap. Although you're in a little bit of a problem with the... Oh, maybe okay once it's smooth, but I think let's try it. Let's try skin unbind and then shift select that skin and then deform wrap and then see if that moves better. Yeah, I would argue that it is moving better. And that, I mean, yeah, it's doing some stretching, but it's going to do a little bit of stretching anyways. I think that's going to be less problematic. Okay, legs. Nothing too problematic there. Let's check the roll on the foot. Yeah, I mean it's tricky because you've got toes and we're not really, set up for kind of a full toe control thing. Let's roll toes, and this one is toes. Yeah, I think there is a bit of a weighting issue here. I'm just going to select these toes and go into the paint weights tool, and its toes are, we should be finding, and just right mouse click, unlock inverse selection, and then just unlock this one. And then, so they're all unlocked now. Replace with the value of 1 flood. And then let's take a look at that ankle. Oh, the ankle's solid. Is that solid white, or is that almost white, I think? I think, yeah, let's just isolate this for a second. I think if I'm just going to use the brush again, replace with a value of 1, and I'll just see that. That should be solid white there. And then I think what you'll find is that when we do the roll now, yeah, that's kind of, the toes are sticking the way, and then they're kind of pivoting off the front of the toe, and then the heel's pivoting a little bit better. If you look at that and then compare that to, say, this foot, roll that one. See, that's sort of sliding more, and this one's kind of sticking to the ground and pivoting more. And then this one is, what's this one? Roll toes. That's not, yeah. See, those are sticking really well. And those aren't sticking at all. Oh, IK toes, huh? Yeah, if you want to just do that. That's sort of working, but... Oh, wait. I did the wrong. Oh, it's this one. Yeah, I think that works a little better if we do them together. See, they're pointed down more because they're more directly controlled. So yeah, a little bit of weighting fixes on the feet. Do the wrap thing for the leotard and the wristbands, and oh yeah, the shoulder. I was going to come back to the shoulder. Yeah, so this side shouldn't be affected by this shoulder. So let's isolate this, and what I'm probably going to do is select kind of anything on this side of the body and go to the left shoulder. Where's the left shoulder? Shoulder, right? Shoulder L. And then replace with a value of 0. So right, like this shoulder should be affecting all these things, not at all, and flood. And so let's see if that worked. See, oh, it's still doing it a tiny bit. That is confusing too. Oh, okay. What that means is there must be something besides the shoulder affecting that side of the body. So we still have that selected, and let's go. Can I isolate this again? And let's go down one to here, because like that. See, it's a tiny bit gray here. Do you see that? So let's replace that with 0. See that turn black, and check that. A little bit there. Okay, nothing on the elbows, it looks like. Oh, a little bit of scapula there. Whoops. Probably don't want that left scapula affecting this either. So, scapula, shoulder. I think we're better now. Okay. There we go. And then you can just take this and mirror. So mirror skin weights options, and we want to go from this side to that side, so from the positive to the negative. So we'll check that, because this X is pointing out in the positive direction, so this is the positive side on this side. Mirror. And then this one should not be a problem either. There we go. Great. Okay. Yeah, nice work.